don't know if you guys can hear me okay over the commentator and the racing going on, but I'll do a quick walk around of my 1974 Yamaha YZ125 bike that I'm racing this weekend with the South Coast Scramble Club. I'll go through what it's got that's not quite standard on it. The majority of the bike is fairly standard, and I've got all the original bits that I've changed over the last couple of years that I've been riding it. So I'll start from the front to back. So it has the front forks and front end off of a YZ360 of a similar year with an MX250 front wheel. The wheel's the same style as the rear, the sort of mud catcher as they call them, but that allows me to have some like stiffer springs and a bigger front brake, because the standard 125 forks were just well, I was just bottoming them out everywhere, which was getting quite painful. So that's the front end with the standard single leading shoe MX250 front brake. The number board, I've actually 3D printed that myself because the old one was getting pretty ratty. I really love the old period crash pad on the handlebars. I've got modern grips, all original levers, a gunner gasser type throttle. It has the original aluminium tank still in the aluminium, still in its original paint, which I love. Down at the engine, the barrel is from an MX125, so it's still 125cc. But the YZ would normally have a chrome bore, whereas this is an iron bore, so it means that I can get it rebored if it ever seizes up. I do try and, well, I have got a spare barrel that I bring racing with me, but I've not had it rebored with a fresh piston yet. And I've got a cane carb, which is, well, helps the bike run a hell of a lot better. The old carb was so worn out, I just couldn't get it to idle or run nicely at all. It pulls much better with the flat slide. I've got some modern wide pegs, a longer gear lever, because the original one stops about here and it's almost impossible to ride if you've got normal size feet. I've got a sprung chain tensioner. I actually lost the chain last time I was out because I didn't have a secondary tensioner on the chain, and broke the gear lever casing. So I managed to get a new old stock casing, repaired that, and I've got this sprung tensioner now which stops the chain from flying off. Suspension wise, I had some custom Hagens made. Sorry, hold on a sec, I've got some bikes coming down. So I took the original shocks to Hagen in the UK. They matched up some, or made some custom shocks for me with the same spring rates and same length as the originals. I am getting to the point now where I'm finding them quite choppy and underdamped, so I'm going to try and get some YSS shocks made, but I've got to save up for that, unfortunately. Got original plastics on the back still, and the seat, I actually just made this seat cover myself because I couldn't find one that I was happy with the original piping, so I made that myself. And yeah, I'll post up some videos, some chin mount videos. Oh, last thing, obviously modern tyres, a little bit wider than the originals would have been, just about fit inside the swing arm. But yeah, I'll upload some videos of the onboard of some of the races. I've not videoed all the races, but the ones I have I'll put up now.